Boom! AJ lands that big sickening right hand. I said I want to see a dirty knockout. Just go a couple of videos down underneath this one. I said I'm expecting a dirty knockout from AJ. And we got one. We got an absolutely dirty knockout, a big, solid right hand on the pipe. And what was interesting is at the end of that round 6, he basically said to Derek James, it's hard to fight the right hand. And Derek James just said, keep trying, keep trying. And then what did he do? Next round, went out there, went to the jab to the top, kind of like what Nui done to Fulton. Jab to the body, right hand over the top. Perfect. Jab to the body, right hand over the top. Good night. Brutal knockout. I think that's what AJ needed after the Usyk losses and the Franklin fight being sort of like went the distance. There wasn't much action in it. That's what AJ needed, a big, massive, huge performance like that. So happy for him, man. Obviously, Robert Helenius, everyone's going to compare Wilder getting Robert Helenius out in the first round compared to AJ in the 7th. You can't compare them. You can't compare them. The reason being is Robert Helenius was coming. He was putting it on AJ. He rushed it. He was putting it on Wilder. He rushed it. He was coming in. Blah, blah, blah. As he was coming in, Wilder threw that right hand. So it was a mistake from Helenius, and you can see that he learned from that going into the Joshua fight. He never rushed it. He was biding his time. He was trying to get his jab working, which his jab was busted up AJ's eye and nose. And the good thing about the 2 knockouts is Wilder can knock you out going backwards, going forwards. Helenius was coming in with Wilder, and Wilder clipped him, right? So it's like a train meeting a train, boom, head-on collision. With Joshua's knockout, Helenius was pulling back, and Joshua still clipped him. So the thing with Wilder and Joshua, they both have that concussive knockout power with that right hand. And I want to see that in January. Eddie Hearn just said there, it looks like Shelly Finkel sent him a fingers crossed emoji. Do you know what I mean? So let's see if we can, let's see. I think the heavyweight division needs that. I mean, Adi Aladipo said to AJ about the Wilder fight, he's like, jokingly said, my back. I'm carrying this heavyweight division. And you know what? He's wanting the fights. And I know every single heavyweight, they're not scared of each other. Tyson isn't scared to fight Joshua, or obviously clearly Wilder or Usyk. Usyk isn't scared to fight Tyson. Wilder isn't. They're not scared of each other. It's the business stuff that's getting in the way. Do you know what I mean? And I just think if we get Wilder and Joshua, excuse me, in January next year in Saudi Arabia, I mean, it can't go past 4 rounds. Somebody's getting clipped, and I think that's the way Wilder and Joshua needs to approach this fight. They need to make this a 4-round fight. They can't make it. It's a 12-round fight, but they need to make it a 4-round fight. They need to just land first, and because it is a race to who lands first, who lands that right hand first. So yeah, and I think that's going to be a huge fight, man. Whoever lands first. Just a little touch on the Helenius fight again. What was impressive with AJ as well, everyone's talking about the old AJ and the new AJ with Derek James and swapping trainers all the time. I think that was a mixture of a new, improved AJ mixed with the old AJ, if that makes sense. I think we saw an absolute patient, taking his time, never rushed it, and then got the job done in the 7th round. When you're sparring for a short heavyweight, stocky heavyweight that's got a big left hook, and you went up against a big tall guy, that can throw your prep a little bit, especially with 7 days notice. But listen, AJ did what he needed to do, and what we all wanted him to do. Every single UK boxing fan wanted AJ to get the big knockout, and he got one. So listen, Wilder next. Let's see it. I want to see it. Listen, let's just get it on. AJ, Wilder, Fury, Usyk. Come on, boys. Man, let's do it. For the love of the sport, man. Just give us them fights, man. Let me know what your thoughts are. Actually, who wins between a Joshua and a Deontay Wilder? Let me know.